Hi everybody, this is Sam. So today I'm going to do the 369 connection of the 396, and it liberates you and me and all of us that hear it from fear and guilt. So it also eliminates any guilty and fear of others around you. It actually gets rid of any fear or guilt about others or about yourself, and it liberates you from any guilt or fear that others have about you or that have affected your life and others' life. So what I'm going to do is first explain. This is the tuning fork, 396. Try to put it close enough to you. Bring it back a little bit. Not sure if you can see it or not, but it's there. I always double check either way. And so 396. So 396 is the liberate from, I would say, from fear and guilt and anything that connects with that. Basically, it is a really powerful frequency of the 369 connection, which is what Tesla has mentioned, the tuning or frequency of the universe, connecting to all things and everything. And so it is what actually is the answers to the universe and why we're all here in the connection. So what this frequency does is it connects you to everything and frees you from everything. Karma debts, everything. That's what it is connected to. Because what do we fear? We fear many things. But even if you don't know that there's a karma debt that you've chosen in another lifetime, or that you didn't know that there was other lifetimes, or whatever is. And so whatever is holding us back, blocks and toxins and everything, this helps liberate us from worry and concern, and actually liberates us from those issues to get to the next frequency, which will be 417. 417 is the one that gets rid of all toxins and toxic people, parasites, and all sorts of stuff. It really connects you and heals you of everything that you are lacking, negative energy, negative vibes, low vibes, and it brings you higher. So 396 is connected to, higher frequencies of 963 or others. And so that's going to be later. But what this one will be is just liberating us from fear and guilt. So also, my last video cut shortly, and then I tried to do this video, and then it got muted. I'm going to make sure I listen to this video, and then I'll post it once I know that it has sound to it. Something happened, and I realized that I've had certain things occur, but I don't think it was all bad. I think there was a purpose for it. And regardless what side is trying to do what, this is going to bring miracles to all those that listen to it, no matter when it gets posted. And so let's do that. So this will free us. The next one is 417, and that will be cool. 432 will be after that. And I want to say 528 will be after that. We'll see. So for now, I'm doing my best to keep everything in order. So I do this, which is connected to the throat chakra area, and it's also a really powerful blue, is connected to calm, energy, healing, and peace. And so when we do a calming vibe of speaking things into being, this helps us speak things into being. Blue is the sky, the water, everything that is up, and water that has memory is all of that. So it is the calm, peaceful energy that creates all things to appear. We look up, we look at the water, we talk to the water. Water is memory, it goes to the field and manifests. Here we go. Okay, I wanted to bring up something about this. I have my tuning fork is in the left hand, which is considered the giving hand. Right hand is usually the receiving hand. What's interesting is because I'm hitting it with the receiving hand and I'm holding it in the giving hand, because I'm giving it to all of us that listen, so it blesses us all. So hitting the frequency, giving and allowing my energy. And as a B negative blood, a master divine healer, from what others have said, and regardless whether you believe or disbelieve any of it, if it is that way, I like to be aware of everything as though it could be, if it's positive. Anything that's positive, no matter how strange it sounds or whatever, I'm all about the positive reinforcement. And so this is what this is. So this will relieve you of any guilt or shame or issues that you have about yourself or others. It will liberate you from those problems, or it will free you and me and all of us from those issues. Now, I brought up something about the different 777 categories of the connected frequency lines, and it's really interesting because there's you got 7 realities plus 7 plus 7, and so we're talking about the 13 connected awarenesses of chakras. Some say that there's 22 or whatever, but regardless, there's 7 realms. I would say 7 realms or densities of good and 7 realms densities of evil, of energy. But it's not necessarily evil, it's just low vibe, self gratification or self connection that only cares about self and doesn't worry about what it does to others. The whole thing is we want to make sure that if it really does harm someone, then why would we do it? And if you know that it's harming, then stop doing the harm. It's better to heal because we're all connected. So this doesn't justify your fear or guilt about something you should be guilty about or fearful about. It helps you liberate from that fear and guilt so that you can know for a surety of things. So this actually brings the truth to light. It brings the truth to light. It brings everything out in the open. So it brings everything that is into being known. So this is a really powerful frequency because it really gives the connection to all things. That's why it's 369 or 396. It liberates from fear and guilt. Liberates from fear and guilt. 396. Now, what I also realized about the frequencies is, how do we get the 369 frequency? Because I've tried finding tuning forks that do 369, and I realized that some say that 432 is equivalent to the 369 frequency that Tesla says, but so is 396 and 963, and any variation of that. At the same time, there are still different frequencies of it that are a higher form of it. So what about the actual form of it? Well, if you think about it, if you do a 174 frequency for pain, and I want to say a 285 frequency, so I think it was something like that. Yeah, 285 frequency is then next. So you got 174 and then 285. Well, what does 174 add up to? Adds up to 12. Then you add that again and it adds up to 3. There's your 3 right there. So 174 is the 3 of the 369. Then you can do the 285, and what does that add up to? adds up to 15. But then you do the 5 and the 1, what do you get? 6. So then what's next? Well, then you have to do the 396 frequency, which adds up to what? 9. So there's your 369 right there, 174 hertz. You start with, and then you do 285 to start with after that, or next, and then you do 396. So you got pain relief, relieves pain or resolves pain issues, heals it. And then physical pain, and maybe metaphysical pain as well. And then it also then connects with the 741 higher self frequency and 4 to 17 frequency, which is toxin connected. So you're getting all the benefits, but in the lower frequency hertz range, it would be better to go into the 417 and up. So you could do 417, which is toxins, then 528, which is 528 would be the DNA repair or miracle tone. Then you got to go down to 432, and 432 gives you, and this is where it gets cool, you get the miracle nature frequency. So you would get the toxin, and then the DNA repair, and then the so the relief of toxins and a whole bunch of stuff for 417, and then 528 is the miracle tone for DNA repair, and then miracle tone, and then 432 would be the miracle tone of nature, which manifests pretty much anything you desire. And since you've done all three of those together, you got the 369. So you can get the 369 in order by doing those different frequencies, because within them they each individually add up to a number, and then you put them together and they make the 369 connection. And that's just how numbers work, is they're within everything. And there are words within words. There are numbers within numbers. It's just the way the matrix field or universe or multi-earth dimensional beyond time connection is. Oh, that brings up another thing. So what's really great about this frequency here is it relieves us from fear and guilt. So you're being relieved of fear and guilt right now, out of your life, from others, from yourself, everything. You're being freed. You're being liberated. So it doesn't mean that it justifies anything that you feel guilty about. What it does is it makes it so you don't have to feel guilty anymore by resolving it. It resolves it and resolves others peacefully and heals you. So it's not a bad frequency. It heals you from that. It helps others realize why you've been doing it, and it provides you miracles so that you no longer have to fear or worry about things anymore, or to feel guilty because you thought you were doing the right thing. And it also stops you from needing to do it anymore. And it frees you and it frees them from doing it as well. It calms them down. And the next one after this is the toxin release, where it gets rid of toxic people and toxic out of you and calms them all down and heals them. And they respond to you better. Well, we've already gotten that. I've been noticing that we've been getting different chakra upgrades. And because of the holidays, people have been doing the 417 reaction to me everywhere. And it's been really impressive, because I've been noticing people talking to me more, because I didn't just do the 417 frequency in the first video. I did all of them. And so it was helping, and I noticed how it helped. And then my brain kept hearing things or feeling like angels were touching my singing bowl, Tibetan singing bowl that's been prayed for by nuns and Tibetan monks, and Buddhist monks or other monks, religious individual group that prayed and blessed it for this situation that's been going on this year. But they blessed it with huge healing focus for it, to heal the certain situation of the world, trickery systems and things that have gone on. They prayed it for whatever is going on, whatever illness or thing that really is happening, that is more from tricks and manifesting it through fear, all of that is being healed, and they put a lot of healing energy of blessings into that singing bowl. Well, I've seen angels show up by it since July. I think it was probably September, October that I saw them show up, and they were by my singing bowl. It might have been even November, but they've been around regardless whenever I saw them. And it was really cool because they blessed the atmosphere. So when my neighbor that I used to live near me but now lives in another state, when they text me or when someone told me something they need me to pray for, or they've reached out to me as a friend because they know how I care about meditation and prayer, just like they do, it was really cool because I was able to actually do something so amazing. And it really confused a lot of people, but it was really powerful. So what it was I was able to fully, and this is what was really cool about it, I was able to fully help or facilitate a situation that right when they text me, I heard my singing bowl go off as if the angels knew what was needed. And it responded me immediately. And I've had a few of those moments. I'm going to explain what's been going on. So all the bad entities are low vibing, and anybody that's high vibing, we're splitting from the low vibe timelines for any of us that are high vibe. So we're going into the highest realm that we can go into from what we are. Now, many are saying that if you get the injection from the shot or the vaccine, that you can't shift to 5D. Everything is material in this 3D reality. Everything that's chemical and everything has already been affected in us, no matter what they're trying to do to the DNA. There's been tricks and white hats and angels that have corrected certain vaccines to make it so that anybody that chose to take it, if they have a good heart, it's their heart that matters, and they're going to be okay and will possibly shift. If not, they'll be corrected, because God energy and high vibe energy and high vibe realms, if they're not as strong as these trickery DNA crap that people are saying will change your DNA with doing it, which I haven't taken it, nor do I plan to, because I'm about holistic healing and doing this. But for those that listen, I'm hoping that the DNA repair, the 528 and all that, these different frequencies will help heal those of you that chose to take the vaccine when I would recommend you don't because of what they're putting in it. And I'd be careful, but there may be some vaccines that weren't really bad. So some of the vaccines weren't as bad as we were told. It was actually really cool because it's possible that Trump and others orchestrated something to make sure that the vaccine wasn't changing our DNA, but helping us instead. So he facilitated something differently to put the right kind of vaccine for certain individuals. And then the angels decided who got those, and different beings decided who got those. But even if you got the bad bats or the wrong bats or whatever, I would say this was a test round to see who will comply to the type of mark of the beast stuff. So instead of fearing about that or feeling guilty about any of it, we're healing from it. So this right here heals us from that. We don't need to be worried, but I wouldn't recommend. It's up to you. Decide for yourself. I'm not necessarily not a doctor. I am a master healer because of my blood type. So technically, I'm a divine master healer, and I'm a minister. I'm able to bless you and do healing for you by law as well, because I have the credentials for it. And I was told by my higher self, Jesus Connection, to do so. So back in 2017, which I got credentials at the end of 2019, I made sure to do that before switching and requesting my records to be pulled from a religion that I was in that I noticed was connected to the Cabal programs and controls. And so I got out of that Mormon church situation because I found out legal agreements that they agreed with. But not all of its members are bad or anything. Some of them are waking up and realizing what's really going on. I'm more agnostic, connected, but not really. I'm more of a higher self, Christ consciousness connection. but not that there's a hell or anything like that. There are different forms of belief of Christ consciousness where there's an unconditional Christ connection, where Christ is just one of many ascended masters and possibly one of the best. And it might not be the name Jesus that being is. It might be Esau or some other name, because it has many names, but it doesn't really go by any names. It's everybody and everybody's that being connection. Some say that Jesus is now Metatron, and Metatron is its higher form connection now because of all these different changes and different. So now this is what's going on to come back to bring peace for all and heal all and free everyone. So we're shifting into the timelines we're ready. No matter where you go or what happens, if you feel like you've awoken and you feel that you're in the wrong timeline, find the me that may exist in that time zone and let's talk. Because if you can get a hold of me, in no matter what version of me, if I talk about unconditional love and I want unconditional love, that's a piece of me that is still residuating and connected to the higher realm me that I choose to go to. And we can meditate and do the tones and do the Greg Braden understanding information that he got from Tibetan monks, where we can manifest and bless things into being focused to correct wherever you're at. But if you meditate and focus and pray for 72 hours before or 4 days, they say at most, you can create healing within 4 days. And it's usually under 3 days. But it does sometimes have to go for a full day when you first do it, or half of a day, and then 3 more. That's what I've noticed, that it's the normal time. And I think it's because it's connected to you and God connection. So you got the Holy Spirit, the Son, and then the Father, or you got the Holy Spirit, so the Holy Trinity connection, and then they have their connections of their soulmates, so that there's a balance of, but they already are kind of a blend of two already. So the Holy Spirit is our spirit connected. So I wanted to bring up the 777. So there's 7 different connected types of density connections or whatever. So you got the 7 realms, or 7 connected chakras. And so you have the 7 chakras that are of the physical form. Then you got it of the spirit or light body form. And then you got it of the higher form or the next form, which would be connected to your ascended connection, forms of angel connection. And so you have basically, you could also look at it as you got 6 of the good and 6 of the bad, and then you have, and this is where it gets interesting, you got 6 of the good, 6 of the bad, and then you got, and then they all have their God, which would be 7, and then you got the balance 6 of both the yin and yang, which is a balance form, and then it's that form. Well, if you do 7 plus 7, that's 14. Then you do another 7, that's 21. But then there's another one, which would be the higher form. So you got 7 plus 7 is 14, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there's that, and they say there's 22 chakras possibly, but the 21, when you do the 21, it makes 3, and then you got the 1, which makes 4. So there's a connection there, and I noticed a connection to my life path of 36-9 of the week of the shift, and after its cycle, before the cycle ending, the week before the shift. So there was a whole week from the 11th to the 18th, and there was a connection where the 15th was on a Tuesday, and 18th was on a Friday. I was supposed to be born on a Tuesday in January of 1985, and of 2020 this year. December seemed to mirror that similar week, but it was a different month, obviously, because I was born in January, not December. So December, though, when you did the 1 plus the 2, you make the 3. The day that I was supposed to be born was the 15th, but it was January of 85. It was on a Tuesday as well, and so you take the 5 and the 1, it's 6. Then on Friday, it was 18th, which is the day that I was born. You take the 8 and the 1, it makes 9. So there was a 3, 6, 9. Then from that day, it was the 18th. The 21st was the shift. Also, it was in Capricorn shifting on the 21st. I saw the violet flash that morning when the conjunction of those happened. Now there is 7 connected planets that will connect, and Saturn and Jupiter will still stay in its alignment, and so it's going to happen by February. So there is a February shift that's going to occur. Now, I'm going to give one more hit or a couple of hits with this frequency, with the green mallet, which is the heart, because I did not do that. So I wanted to bless you, and again, this liberates you from fear and guilt, and it helps connect with the heart. Since we already did the blue, let's do this. And then I'll be done in just a moment here. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. So, that was 396. Liberate you from feeling guilt in all areas of life and others that make you feel guilty, or that they feel guilty of you, or fear from you. Any fear and guilt of others towards you, or you towards them, all of it's corrected. It's all coming up to light. Knowledge and freedom is being known. Everybody's being freed and healed. And so that's the focus we want to do, because whatever we think, feel, and do, we manifest and create. So I wanted to let you be aware that this is used by many practitioners, healers, therapists, acupuncturists, yoga practitioners, chiropractors, sound treatment practitioners. Tuning forks are used to treat everyone from children to adults. What are the benefits of using these tuning forks? Well, I'll just tell you real quick. Tuning forks benefit all levels of human beings. Sound and frequency affects every atom and every cell. Improve overall physical health, relieve pain and stress, balance nervous system, reduce inflammation, uncover a balanced emotion, induce relaxation, transfer, and facilitates inner harmony and wholeness. So bless you all. That's what it's for. So I am a practitioner of my own choosing as a ULC.org minister, which is connected that we are all part of the same universe. And I also have a connection to the Jedi Knight certificate that I did for fun that basically says I have the Force. And I do, and so do you. We all do. I'm a master hero. Master healer, hero too, but you are too. And that is the B negative bloodline. That's divine being. B bloods, you're also master healers. B negative, you're divine. you came here for the New World healing. So there you go. Bless you. Putting links below. Please subscribe and like. Thank you so much. Bless you all.